It pretty much seems like Disney comes out with a new live action film every year. This year, it's Snow White. Last year, it was kind of Mufasa, even though that's the part 2 of the first live action spinoff. The year before, The Little Mermaid, and I can go on and on until the beginning of time. But why are live action remakes so common for Disney? Why do people enjoy them so much? And how do they call realistic CGI lions live action? Don't worry, my dear viewer. I will answer all of your questions today in this video, the problem with Disney live action remakes. The Disney live action remake isn't exactly a new phenomenon, since the first one was made all the way back in 1994. I bet you want to guess what the first one is. It was The Jungle Book. Yes, The Jungle Book. Although it wasn't exactly inspired by Disney's Jungle Book. It took inspiration from the original 1890s novels, and it's an independent film, so technically it isn't even a Disney live action. Well, it wasn't until Disney funded half of its production. This gave people their first taste of the live action remake juice, and people seemed to enjoy it, so 2 years later in '96, Disney made their own go at a live action remake, the remake being of 101 Dalmatians. This was very popular, so they went on to make a sequel in 2000, but after that, radio silence. For 10 years, no more Disney live action remakes. But then, in 2010, the big Bertha of all Disney live actions came about. Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. I think this was the first film that solidified Disney's plan to make live actions because it made billions in the box office. So then we start getting ones like Maleficent, Cinderella, another Jungle Book, and on and on and on until 2025 with Snow White. Disney has released at least one live action remake every year since 2014. But how are they so bad if they make so much money and if people go out to see them? My biggest problem with the Disney live action remakes are that they're unoriginal. Disney makes these remakes and they know that people are definitely going to watch them, so they continue to make more, and people know that they're gonna like them since they already saw the original story, so they'll watch a remake before going out to watch an original film. I don't blame people for enjoying them since I can see why it's fun seeing your favorite character in real life, but it just promotes Disney's laziness to not make more original films. But back to my problems with the actual films. Some of the films do not understand their source material at all, or they just completely lose the charm of the original film. For example, in the original Pinocchio film, he goes to Pleasure Island because he gets charmed by Honest John, even though he knows he needs to go home. But in the live action, they just kidnap him and put him on the carriage to go there. In the OG, at Pleasure Island, the boys smoke, drink, and commit property damage because they're bad kids and get turned into donkeys as a punishment for being bad, skipping school, getting drunk, etc. In the live action, I guess they can't have Pinocchio hitting a grape flavor vape in 2022, so they make him drink root beer and eat food. But that's literally not a bad thing to do, so Pinocchio basically gets punished for no reason. The new live action film doesn't understand the point of Pinocchio at all. He's being bad, he's not listening to his conscience, so he gets punished in return. Not he's an innocent kid that gets turned into a donkey and sent to the salt mines for no reason. Another example is the Mulan live action remake. Disney said that they wanted the Mulan live action to be more accurate to the Chinese folktale, to make it more palatable for Chinese audiences. So they didn't include music, they didn't include my goat Mushu, and Chinese and American audiences both hated it anyways. This makes the film lose all of the charm that the original had, and basically, it ended up being Flop City. If they wanted to make a film inspired by Hua Mulan and traditional Chinese storytelling, they could have definitely did that, but why would they market it as a Disney movie with no singing and no silly talking animals? But why does Disney make these live actions if they seem to be so unoriginal and pointless? The most simple and most important answer: money. These remakes are usually Disney's highest grossing films upon release, since fans go out to see them because they already know what to expect, causing Disney not to even attempt to make an original good film. It's kind of a ripple effect because Disney spends most of their budget on remakes and they spend a little bit on the new films. The new films don't have any promotion, so no one goes to see it, and the remakes get a lot of promotion, so everyone goes to see it. So this makes Disney think, if no one likes new films and everyone likes the remakes, we should just keep making more remakes. even though they put no effort into marketing or making the new films. It's really sad to see films that have a lot of potential go to waste because Disney wanted to fund a new live action movie that race bends the main character to get brownie points for representation, even though they could have just made a new movie with new people of color as the main character. But that's a video for another day. I just think that all of these live action remakes are cash grabs and don't actually add any real substance or interesting change to the original film. Sometimes they add a little original song that no one remembers, or they have a cool little celebrity cameo like Will Smith or Beyonce or something. You know what, speaking of Beyonce, how is the Lion King live action even considered live action? I don't exactly know how the two Disney quote-unquote live action remakes of Lion King are even live action if they're not even real. They're just realistic CGI lions that are still animated. It's literally missing the live in live action. What's the point of making a live action film if there are no people and it's still animated? All we get out of it is a somewhat bland and emotionless remake, since the realistic animation can't be as expressive as the 2D more cartoonish animation. I can understand them making other live action movies since they have actual people in them, but films with all animals are just stupid because all we get are a few lines that I can't tell apart. And why didn't they make Scar's mane dark? That's literally one of the most important parts of his character design to distinguish him from Mufasa. And don't tell me it's because it's not realistic to real life. There's supposedly a Bambi live action coming out one of these days, date to be announced, but I honestly think that's even worse than a Lion King live action. Because the original Bambi literally has no plot and everyone only likes it because of its beautiful animation and how expressive they make the animal characters. If they take that away, it's nothing really to get out of the film, since Bambi doesn't have a deep or intriguing plot like Lion King. So you're pretty much just watching a glorified nature documentary, but the animals are fake. Not everything needs to be a live action, especially not films that only have animals. Now, another thing that didn't need to be CGI are the dwarves from the live action Snow White. Things like animals need to be CGI because you can't really train animals to do exactly what you want without some animal abuse allegations going around, or without the animal going ballistic and ending up like the monkey from Nope. But there are actually people in real life with dwarfism, so they literally could have hired actors instead of making Uncanny Valley realistic animated versions of the dwarves. Like, I love Dopey, but he's the one that scares me the most in this live action. Why does he look like this? The part that really fries me though is that they literally hired an actor with dwarfism in the movie, but they draw the line at casting 7 more actors with dwarfism to play the dwarves? But for the most part, I think that Disney live action remakes are just cash grabs. Some of them are pretty enjoyable though, but I never really loved any of them on a deep level. They're always mediocre at best to me. But that's really it for this video. It's just my little rant about Disney live actions because I saw the train wreck of the new Snow White. You guys let me know what you think about Disney live action remakes in the comments. If you guys like this video, I'll probably do a video ranking all the Disney live action remakes. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video.